Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone had a wonderful evening and is prepared for another fantastic trading day. By the way, if you are new here, please do consider subscribing, ringing that bell, and hitting that like button. Longer term viewers and subscribers, please do like the videos and leave some comments. All right, good morning, Wavy. Good morning, Davey. Focus trading to all. Yes, I completely agree. If you don't have a setup, then sit on your hands in these market environments. Laser sharp focus. See you at the finish line. That's good advice. Hello from sunny Germany. Well, I'm glad it is sunny there. It is damp and rainy here. No sun. It was rainy yesterday and rainy the day before. So we're in that spring rainy slash could turn to snow season still. By the way, durable goods. Big miss this morning coming in at negative 2.2. Forecast was negative 5 per or 0.5%. So big miss to the downside. Maybe people or companies are already cutting back with large durable good purchase orders based off inflations. Um, X transport down 0.6%. Forecast was positive 6%. So a miss there. Initial jobless claims did beat. So you see 187 versus 212, so that coming in better than expected. I'm still going to be really keying off on we have Waller speaking and we have the manufacturing PMI flash, so that's coming in. Waller's starting in a few minutes, but right after market opens, it's the manufacturing PMI flash, and then Evans is speaking at 5 minutes after that, and then Bostic speaking at 10 a.m. Central Time. So lots going on today. If we look here, odds are creeping up just very slowly, 68% that you get a 50 basis point hike in May. And remember, we're just in slight negative gamma territory. So, again, how is everyone doing? We get a little bounce back in Europe. So, again, uh, let's see. A little bounce back. We had this little double bottom triggered, running to all the targets. That's why I had that on here. And we do have this horribly sloppy double top that I'm just watching the key levels for breakdown. So it's either a breakdown or a breakout play going in the open. You see here, if we start getting back above really this 50% harmonic 44.79, the next major level is a 62.5, and you have your projection harmonics at 44.88. Then above there, you're into an advanced clear path move, and you don't really have a major breakdown zone. So it's a potential run back to the highs on the 23rd yesterday area, and then you have your highs on the 22nd. So highs on the 22nd and 23rd. Breakdown. I'd be watching for a return to the 44. If we really break down, you see also 25% harmonic here. Start really breaking down, I'd be watching for the 44.50 area, but minor would be about 44.53. Then to the downside below there, same levels as yesterday, 44.36, 44.27. It's really just a breakout or a breakdown play on the open. NASDAQ, let me jump back here. So that's looking at the 1 hour. The 4 hour is coming in right here. So I'd actually revise that. About 44.55, I keep an eye on with the prior, that 50% level from the whole big move and that 4 hour rotation zone, but you start breaking below there. Then I really start focusing on larger price pullback, especially if we get some momentum, because we could easily see a return to the daily rotation zone. But again, it's still that breakout or breakdown play. That's what it's going to be based off the open. Again, we're in tactical trading mode, really. The NASDAQ, we still have this horrible sloppy double top that dipped in there, and it is still valid. So key level I'm watching now is if we break down below 14,422, 14,350, 14,294, 14,239, but really focusing on these first two targets and then bumping up the final target to about 14,250. To the upside, and you have this little, I don't even know if that qualifies. Let's just see. Always got to measure this out to see if this little mini double. Yeah, technically that's just your little warning shot that to watch for this retest of the lows. To the upside, I'm putting on minor levels because we still could be in some choppier areas. Again, now we have a significant level, 14,602 and a harmonic right there, so 14,600. Above there, I just watched for a retest of the highs yesterday. 4 hour, you see here holding the rotation zone. So your key level on that little mini double I put up is key 14,434 area. Then watch for the bigger breakdown if we do get below that. Is there a double top ESNQ on the 15-minute? Yes, that's what I just went over. I think, yeah, that was on the ES back again for people following along at home. Horribly sloppy double top. This is the same part of the same top, so that's why it's not a triple. But again, it's confirmed but not broken down. So it's either the breakout or breakdown play, and here it is on the NASDAQ, which I just put on there. And this, again, this is the same side of the one top. It almost gets in triple top territory. It still is decent on the 1 hour. So, but if we do break below it, this is just an opening range break play. The Dow, again, you have all these. That's how I have to trade this morning, is coming off this opening range break play. That would just be a breakdown. Let's just see where that sits with the bigger picture. The Dow's already got the flat 4 hour rotation zone, so this would just be a breakdown to yesterday's key support right in here. And then below that, this is still a valid double. So my first target area would be back to about 33,963 to 33,980, 33,870, 33,761. The Dow actually is the cleanest pattern. And you see here sitting right against the daily rotation zone. So on that break, I'm focused on that first target. To the upside, this is where, again, break to the upside, I'm just going to use the short-term harmonics. There was a little double here that already played out, by the way. But to the upside, you have your harmonics, which is 34,508 to 34,515. Now, keep in mind, you start getting into this area, you are in an advanced clear path. And the only real pause area, only real breakdown area is right here. So if it can get some upside momentum, you get above about 34,517, the next stopping point isn't until about 34,650, besides updating your harmonics. Good morning, options 22. Let's get through the rest of these. Really, Russell's back to the rotation zone, holding on there. If we break down, I'm just watching 2220. I'm still watching if the market does rally again, still on a breakout play above 2082. DAX pretty much flat, still caught in this range. So overall, the DAX is also in a breakdown or breakout play, longer term even. Longer term, so the breakdown would be about 14,200. The breakout really at this point not till about 14,600. Crude, just a little pause here. Still seeing if anything, this double I had on yesterday turned into, again, we ramped up higher prices. So that never hit. Then we had the double top up here, a little mini pullback. But overall, working off its overbought and divergence pattern by drifting sideways still on a break below the trend line. I'm going off this little resistance shelf right here with the breakout candle and the rising rotation zone. So right here, I'll show you on my chart, 111. Then below 111, I will watch for a quick little return to 107 area, and which should just be in the daily rotation zone. So the bearish patterns are wearing off. How are the bearish patterns wearing off? By just this little dip sideways. We still do have some divergences, but it can't get any momentum to the downside. Still watching then. I'll watch for the bottom of the daily rotation zone over the next couple days, the 105 level. And if we break below there, then that's the only way I can get into more bearish mode on there. But it is running out of it's really running out of upside and downside momentum. So it's probably going to take something in the news cycle to really trigger the next move. It has not been able to get a close. You see here that 62.5% level. Let me show you that on the shorter term chart. The one I talk about, look, that little double top, I pointed out right at that 62.5. So I will be watching for a daily close above that. If we do, that gets it in really more bullish mode, because then the probabilities favor at least a possible return to 125 area, but that has not happened yet. And gets tough, especially if you're trying to play anything crude related in options right now, because it is just running out of momentum and the ranges are coming down in volume, and volatility is getting sucked out. Gold, little break to the upside, but it's still hitting that significant level. This is why it's just, again, trading around a larger core position, and it's still in choppy mode. Silver still in choppy mode, getting a little more movement upwards. If we do break above about 25.70, then I'm watching for a quick return to 26. Notes, little pause yesterday into the 4-hour rotation zone. There's the top of the 4-hour rotation zone rolling over. Now we do, with this move, have a potential double bottom play, still potential. To keep an eye on. So the upside would be above 123.12. Then I'd focus on 123.28. Where does that play with the bigger picture? That's just beyond the daily rotation zone. And even if it completed the full pattern, it would just take it back into the daily rotation zone. That has not triggered yet. So keep that in mind. We could easily see a lower push based off of what the Fed speakers say. Good morning, Lauren. All right, what else do we have? What are your thoughts on HD buy? HD, we looked yesterday after hours. It would just be you'd have to keep a very tight stop on this because you have this channel, horizontal channel. And if we start breaking below this 62.5, I'm watching for a retest of the lows. As long as this channel, it can be a very short-term bounce play if the markets are strong. But if the markets are weak, I would not be wanting to fight that. Little pre-market gap up, but nothing much. And I just use these prior harmonics. See, you have the first, it's this choppy mode, but I would not ignore on a little bounce play about 324.75 to 325. It really needs to get really a move on again and still fill this gap. It needs to get above 330. So you need to keep a tight stop, in my opinion, if you're trying to play a bounce play in Home Depot and holding this bottom channel line, which initiating point, defining point, stopping right here, right at it, then you need to really watch this 315 level. You start breaking below there, then I'd be targeting 304, then 300. End phase is entering clear path up. End phase, and it's got this double. This double is sitting here against this significant level, but pre-market looks like a gap up. So any pullbacks now, they could be a gap play, pullback buy. And then it's really the bigger pattern is this isn't exactly a clear path. This has a few stopping points in it. But your first double target is 218. So there you go. And you have your rising rotation zone. So if, with a little gap up, and you could do a pullback play and just keep an eye on this 4-hour rotation zone pushing the price. There's a potential short-term play. Also, let's see, VIX. There's just no fear in this market. There's just, I know people saying it's still in the 20s, but there's just no fear. This is just a very calm market at this point. It's probably going to take some sudden shock of something to really get the move on. Tesla's still looking like a topping pattern, overbought on the daily, overbought on the 4-hour. Could it see a push higher? Yeah, if it does push higher, I will watch for a double top pattern. We're nowhere near that. I will still keep watching. This is why I haven't moved this harmonic, because I'm still watching for the key resistance around 128. If it does make another push. But if you start getting a break below 985, we could see an easily bigger pullback. I'd really go about 976. Sorry, let me revise that. 976. Then we're into an advanced clear path move, and we could see back to 937 over a couple days. You are against the 4-hour rotation zone, so your first key support coming in on that basis at this point comes in at 955 for a potential minor bounce. But that's what I'm watching in Tesla. You can see very overbought on a bunch of different things. That doesn't mean it can't go higher, but I'd be moving up stops pretty aggressively at this point if you're trying to lock in a swing trade in it. and your daily rotation zone all the way back at that 917. So this could, even with that 4 hour, could easily return to this key resistance becoming support 935. All right, that's where we have it. That's where we have it. Let me just take a look. Hold on. I want to check on Exxon. Again, hitting, yesterday I didn't review this after hours, but hitting that next harmonic level and reversing. Do we still have a potential head and shoulders top? Yes, we do, but it needs to really break down before that happens, and we need oil to break down first. But I am keeping an eye. It's still a potential trade that's a fair way off. It'll all depend on the price movement of oil. Next key area, again, this is also against that 50 of this retracement, so I can't get super bullish even on Exxon until we get above 85 area. And then we do have a gap left behind up here for a short-term play, and if we did, that would also invalidate this double top once we got above 87.69, or not double top, head and shoulders. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on there. Still, if we start breaking down, there could be some plays in a bigger oil pullback correction before another major pop. With that, again, thank you for being here. If you are new here, please do consider subscribing, ringing that bell, and hitting that like button. Longer term viewers, please do comment. And for people watching on other platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and ShareVision, thank you also for watching and tuning in. And you can always reach out to us via our website, our email, and leave some comments on the videos. And you can always respond to something on Twitter. With that, I will talk to everyone later. Bye for now.